Going on, everybody? Welcome back to Charts and Chats episode 27. Today's October 29th and it is Friday. We're gonna get straight into this video. Hold on, let me fix my camera real quick. Man, it's cool as shit, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Let's get everything on. Alright, we're gonna get right on into it. Right now, price is pushing. That's the first thing I noticed. But the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna mark up our Asian session, because this is a very important session. It's always good to map out where price is at and what it is doing. Next, I'm gonna put the 50% of that Asian range, which you can see is right here, where price is currently rejecting. And now I'm gonna mark up where price opened at 12 a.m., which is right here. So ideally, the first thing I see is that we had this false break of these lows down here. Why is this working? We had this false break of these lows at around, what time is this? 3 in the morning. So this is already possibly the low of the day. That is something we want to keep in mind. Why is this possibly the low of the day? Because it traded into a certain area at a certain time. At London, we cleared these lows and then traded up immediately. So this acts as a false break scenario in which price could likely continue to run the other direction. And as you can see right now, price is sharply running the other way. So what we would basically be wanting to do is, ideally, if we're bullish, we're going for the previous day's highs, which are all up here, the previous day's highs. And if we're bearish, we would ideally be targeting the previous day low, which is down here. So now that we understand what's going on, we see where price is in with the Asian range. So if we were ideally bullish, now we gotta play all of these other characteristics in play. So we gotta pay attention. If we're bullish, we want to be buying below the 12 a.m. open, which ideally right here at 12:30, this 12:30 candle, not 12:30, 8:30, we had this retracement lower into price, into this bullish order block right here. This 15-minute bullish order block, which now price is currently pushing higher off of. So we could end up missing a move today, personally, but you never know. So now let's pull our fib, our regular fib, from this high to this low. I'm pulling it from the low that London made. And then you still see there's still a chance that price could end up still retracing lower, because you can see that this 15-minute order block right here was only a 38.20% continuation. So if you look even lower and you see this right here, this 15-minute order block, there is also a chance that price could continue to fall lower and tap into this 15-minute order block, because this is the order block from London session that was created right before this big move pushed to the top side. So that's something we want to pay attention to. Let's move to the 30-minute time frame. You can also see that this is a 30-minute order block also. So it's a 15-minute plus a 30-minute order block, which is just more confirmation for why price should likely come back to this area and possibly respect it once again. If you come to the hour, you can see that's also a 1-hour order block. And if you come to the 4-hour, you can see right at this first 15-minute, we had this last down candle also. But I'm not going to count that one because the highs aren't even broken on this candle. So I'm just going to stick to the 15 and the 30-minute one. And as you can see, price is starting to retrace once again. So ideally, we're going to be targeting the previous day's highs because we're overall bullish. And why am I bullish? I will show you guys in a second. But ideally, as of right now, all I will be looking to do is wait for price to trade lower into this 15 to 30-minute order block before trading higher. That's ideally what I will be looking to do. Why? Because I have multiple confirmations for that. And I also have the confirmation that price in this area down here is at 35,650, which is an area price could likely respect. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 50% of that 15-minute order block, that 30-minute order block, and you can see that lines up with 35,650. So ideally, if we have a stop loss our stop loss, if we get in here, should be at least 40 pips, because we know that there's a chance that price could still come down to this 50% of the 15-minute order block, and this happens to be at 70.50% of our fib and 35,650, which is a level that is more than likely going to get respected at some point. Now, does it mean it will? No, it doesn't mean it will, but there's a chance that it will, so we got to keep that in our mind, because we got to understand the probability of all of these setups transpiring. So now that we have all these done, we're going to check the higher time frame, which is the 4 hour and up, because we know that there's a chance that price could have a different bias on the higher time frames, but we stick to the one time frame when we're doing our majority markups. And yeah, that's really all I'm looking for right now to see price do. And if you also look even closer into price, you can see we have this small fair value gap right in here in price, which price could still likely trade into all the way down here. And as right now, this push in price is more than likely probably was based off of news. So if you look at today, October 28th, we had news at 8:30, which is why price is moving the way it is. So that's what to expect with that. And then we also have news at 10 and 10:30. So the news that we had now ended up coming out bad for the most important news. So that's probably why price is going to start to consolidate or do whatever it's going to do now. But now let's pull our fib from this high to this low, because we got to map out possible scenarios for the other direction. If you pull your fib from this high right here, you can see that's where price is currently reacting to. And we also have this order block right up here, in which price is currently reacting to also. So now this is when our higher time frame analysis is going to come into play, and we're going to be looking for setups based off of the higher time frame and what that's happening on there. So now we're going to move on to the 4 hour. Yeah, the 4 hour is not very clean, if I'm gonna be honest. But we see the 4 hour, we have this 4 hour bearish order block right here, in which price still has a likelihood of being able to react to. We also, if we pull our fib from that high to this low, you can see we are respecting this area and to the downside, and we still have all of this room all the way down to the high of this candle to fill in if we do end up trading lower. All the way to the high of this candle. Now let's check the daily time frame. You can see we already looks to be as if we had a retracement already for this candle, and if we should ideally continue pushing higher if we're overall bullish, because we already had the wick make its down move. So if this day's already going to be premeditated as being bullish, more than likely we're going to continue higher and not retrace again. So that's something we are going to keep in mind, and this could possibly be that low of the day that we were paying attention to. So overall, I'm going to stick to my bullish bias based off the daily. The 4 hour does look bearish, but I'm also keeping in mind that if you pull a fib from this high to this low, like I said, it already came in down, respected it, and very close to this. So I'm overall going to stick to the bias of being overall bullish, and that's just me. Even though I could be wrong, I'm just going to stick to the bullish bias until I'm shown otherwise. And that's based off the daily. And if I go to NAS 100 also, and look at what's happening on here, it's a similar setup, but honestly, NAS 100 looks more bearish than bullish, if I'm going to be honest. Well, honestly, this is what I'm looking at right now. So there is a high chance that price could still end up trading lower. But in my opinion, I'm going to wait for price to trade lower for me to get an entry to see if price can end up going long. That's personally what I am expecting and what I'm anticipating. So we're going to see. Alright, but yeah, that's really it right now. That's our little analysis. We're going to stick with the bullish bias, honestly. But personally, there is a chance that we could end up staying lower. What's up, bro? You hear me? You can hear me, bro? What's up, bro? I'm doing good, doing good. Nice slow Friday. It's cold as shit over here, though. Not gonna lie. Where you at right now? You at work? Okay, I got you. How long you be working? 5 days a week? Mm-hmm. Damn, yeah, you be busy as hell. I'll give you that. You a busy man. Not yet, cause I'm trying to get. I don't know. If anything, the things I might do you be free on the weekend at all? Okay, if anything, I'll probably just start doing the stuff that I want to do you on the weekend, so you actually have time. Cause this is gonna be harder while you're at work. You won't be able to focus as much. Like at work, it's probably better. You like to have stuff to listen to. That's probably will work way better. Yeah, cause that's why I was saying, cause I seen how you send certain charts, and I was like, I want to teach him certain things so he doesn't have to use all of these indicators, all of these trend lines. So just make it easier for you to try to do it. Cause at the end of the day, I don't teach people how to trade. I teach people what I do, and what I do works. So, cause I know what I do best. I'm not gonna teach you something I don't do personally, and what I do works. So that's why I found it easy to explain it and be able to do it on a daily basis. Matter of fact. Nah, that's all good, bro. That shit happens to everyone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like certain pairs. That's why I tell people you always stick to one pair. Like if you know something works for a certain pair, just stick to that one pair. That's why I've traded one pair for so long. Because I know what works and I know what to look for. Yeah, bro. Honestly, before I tell people to even go for any type of challenges or anything, I tell people they at least have to have that 4 to 6 months of consistency first. Because personally, I failed a few challenges when I was taking them, and that's just not fun when you fail them. Not fun at all. So it's better just people are actually, they know what they're doing and they know what to look for, and they have an actual strategy set in place so that when it does come time to take the trade, it makes things way easier. 665. Nothing really. I was gonna try to plan to do some stuff for you to teach you, but it would be easier if I was able to teach you on the actual chart. So that's what I'm saying. I'll probably just wait for the weekend to try to help you. Cause it's gonna be, I can explain it to you, but it's not gonna be the same as you visually being able to see what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to learn it way better if you actually get to visually see it, cause you'll see it happening repetitively. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I have a few things I'm gonna go over. Like there's concepts I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna be teaching you like the order blocks. I'm gonna teach you like imbalances, liquidity, like those. That's really what it comes down to. I use the same things. I don't really use a lot of strategies. I just use time of day, which isn't really confirmation. But it's just certain times that certain things happen, and you're looking for certain things to happen. That's how I look at it. Yeah, I'm gonna teach you about order blocks. So that's like another level you can use as a form of support resistance that would be helpful. Imbalances, so that's like areas that you'll be looking to target in the market, so you always have targets. Risk reward, because risk reward is very important, very important. Shit, bro, it just all takes time. Just one step at a time, learn one thing at a time, we get there. So I remember I used to be the same way. I didn't used to know shit, but after taking time and practicing it, you just get better. That's just really what it comes down to. And it's only Friday too, so today's probably gonna be slow. It's usually what I usually suggest Monday through Wednesday, because what likely happens if you're able to get into trades Monday through Wednesday, there's a high chance that you could end that those trades can end up keep running Thursday and Friday. So it just gives you the best entries. Because usually the lows and the highs of the week usually form between those days, and that's where most of the news is also, Monday through Wednesday. So there's a lot of volatility in the market, and there's a lot of room to be able to catch trades. Yeah, I wouldn't even say this is, yeah, certain times really what it comes down to. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I want to be. I want to physically like show you one on one, so you can get it better. It'll make it easier for you to understand. Like I have the YouTube videos you could watch, but it'll be different if I'm actually showing you and I have you like do little things, so you actually like learn on the spot. Yeah, I got you, bro. Always. Cause I know you be busy, so I can make time. Oh yeah, 6 more months. Just do that time, you be good. I'll be here 6 months. Now, of course, yeah, 6 months. 6 months, you could be way different than where you are now. And if when you have the time, you'll actually have the time to then use the concept. So if you take these 6 months to actually just understand what you're going to be doing after, I think you'll be good. Yeah. It comes down to, bro, as long as you know what you're doing trading wise, the challenges are easy. Learning the skill set of trading, the money's the byproduct. And once you're able to trade, people will invest money in you. You can become funded because you have the skill set that not a lot of people have. So then now you're valuable. So you can get challenges. People are going to be willing to fund you money for you to trade for them. But it all starts with just being able to learn how to trade. That's what starts it all. You said, say it again? Nah, bro. We all good. Cause we all started from the same place, so that's what you gotta remember at the end of the day. We all started from the same place. We just took that time and we're still going. Cause shit, I've been trading with a lot of people. Like from the few years I've been trading, I've come around a lot of people that have traded, and not a lot of them still trade. And that tells you why a lot of people fail. They give up before they even get to the point where they're good. Nah, you good? Just ask them. Which ones? Like the red ones? They're not really levels, but I marked them up because I mark up the previous day's high, which is my very top one, and then I mark up the previous day's low, which is the bottom one. Because if a day is already, because before the market even does what it does, the market knows what it's gonna do already. So if you understand that price is likely to have a bullish day, more than likely you're going to target the previous day's high because you're going to continue bullish. Because you know when a candle breaks a candle's high, it keeps going. It's the same thing on a daily chart. So we would be ideally looking to target the previous day's high if we're going to be bullish today, ideally. And if we're bearish, we would ideally be targeting the previous day's low. So it's not really a level, but it's showing me where liquidity is and where the market is going to likely want to reach for. So if I could plan out trades targeting which either of those directions, then that could be a good trade. And also, they're just areas of liquidity, because I know that after we break these red lines and we trade lower or higher than the red line, that there's a chance that it just comes and spikes and reverses immediately. Because when price goes above a high, it grabs liquidity. So price could either keep on going higher and it'd be a breakout, or price is going to make a sharp move up and then come down immediately. So there's like two things you got to pay attention to. So that's why if you ever see me with the X mark, that's when price hasn't reached for it yet. And when I put the check mark, that means price reach for it and then trade away from it immediately. And when it does that, it shows a willingness that it really wants to go the opposite direction. Personally, it depends on the pair you use, but I wouldn't say one time frame is the best because I personally use all of them. So I can't even say one's the best, but the ones that I do most of my markups and I take my trade off of are like the 15 and the 30 minute. But I still look at the 4 hour, the daily, and look at everything that's going on and still have my markups on there. But the time frame that I'm taking the trades on, and then I'm actually doing most of my markup and analysis and watching the chart, is usually on the 15 to 30 minute. But that's on US 30. Like certain pairs, yeah, certain pairs, and like, because honestly, even if you don't have to trade US 30, because it's only going to be harder at first. But even if you trade any other pair, the hour, I use the hour a lot because every pair is different. US 30 moves a lot more, so I can go onto a lower time frame and still see a lot of information. The one that I have right now, right here. So these two right here. Oh, it would be this candle, this last down candle right here, before this up move, because this is the very last down candle. Price came down again, but it never broke lower. Kept going, and now price came, and you can see it's rejecting it once again. It never broke below. So this is why I have this as that order block, because it's the last down candle before the start of this up move. And you can see the reaction that we're having from it right now. We're currently. It's the same thing, just reversed. This is the last up candle before the start of this down move. And you can see that's the reaction we have up here. You can see price came to it, start closing, started dropping immediately. But overall, I'm looking for price to continue bullish, so I'm looking for this 15 minute one to be violated, if anything. I want to see price continue to move bullish. And this isn't just based, this is based off of these markups, but I also base it off of the daily candlesticks also. Because I'm looking at this based off the daily. If you pull a fib from the yesterday's daily low to the high, you can see price had a retracement all the way into our fib level already. So ideally, if we're still bullish, we shouldn't keep coming lower. We should keep going higher. So if I'm already bullish, then I don't need to be looking at this other 15 minute order block. I'm only looking to take buys to see price continue to go higher. Because at the end of the day, support and resistance, that's basically what order blocks really are at the end of the day. I don't call it support resistance, but when price comes to an area like a 15 minute or 30 minute order block, we basically anticipate that it's going to use it as a form of support, hold that area to go the other way. You said yeah, cuz? Yeah, it was confusing to me at first. That's why being repetitive is very important, and having a consistency to do it every day, because looking at it a few times isn't going to change much. But if you can look at it every single day and you see them happening every day and you see these concepts working every day, and you journal them every day, and you can have multiple examples of these concepts working in your favor, in your favor, then you begin to trust it, and you begin to see it more often. Because you know, when you get a new car and then you start seeing that car everywhere, it's like the same thing. Once you start seeing it and you see it more often, you start to see it everywhere. And that's something that you can start to capitalize on. Because that's what I do. I look for the same patterns every single day. I have a system. I look for two setups. I look for certain characteristics to happen. And that's it. I take it off of that. And if I lose a trade, I lose a trade. If I win the trade, I win the trade. Of course, bro. But you be busy, so just take your time now. Just make sure you study. Have notes and stuff, so by the time that 6 months comes around, you'll have stuff to go off of. Okay, so the thing that I do with my fib, I draw all my fibs from the bodies of the candles. I don't really use the wicks. I always draw them from the bodies of the candles. Like if you look at what I'm doing right now, I'm going to the high before this whole move, the high of that candle. I get the body and I pull it down to the body of the last candle right here. Because this is the range that price is currently in. From this high and this low, that's the range that price is currently in. And you can see price came up to this area, rejected, and now slowly moving lower, which is something similar to what's happening on US30, but overall I'm more bullish on US30 personally. So as long as we can stay above 35,650 on US30, I'm gonna be bullish regardless. So yeah, I'm looking at it based off like the daily and everything. So right now, I know it's still gonna have this willingness, but that's why I have my stop wide enough to where if it does start breaking 35,650, then from there I know that my trade is more than likely going to be invalidated, and I'll just take my loss. That's why you have to have good stop loss placements too. It's like a whole bunch of things that you're gonna be improving on over time. Like, shit, I remember my stop loss used to be 100 points. Every single trade would be like this, 100 points. Yeah, because that was back when I first started trading US30. On a 200K account, it depends on the your stop loss, but I would be risking like 1% because 1% is about $2,000. So that's pretty good. So you can risk the smallest amount and still be able to make money off of it. And the lot size, it all varies depending on your stop loss. Like, it's always going to be different because sometimes you're going to have a deeper stop loss than others. Yeah, it's just a lot of information that goes into it, but once you start to learn it one piece by piece or one by one, it starts to get easier. That's the fact. Like, look, right now I trust this analysis enough to, even though I'm in 50% drawdown, I'm still gonna hold this trade because I know what I do works and I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for certain things to happen, and as long as certain things aren't violated, then I know my probability of still winning the trade is still high probability. So you just gotta trust it. And when you take the L, you just gotta be able to take the L and call it a day, especially on a Friday. Yeah, I only use the 3 levels, and I use the 38.20% too. So I use the 38.20%, the 62%, the 70.50%, and the 79%. Right now this is going the opposite direction of my trade. So if this low gets broken, I'm more than likely just gonna cut this trade short. But I'm gonna hold it right now, see what it does at 35,650. I didn't expect it to be a bearish day. Pressure and what? Mm-hmm. So at least you're honest. As long as you know that there's still improving to do, then you know there's something to work on. That's all that matters. Which one? I think I had already sent it. That paper. Yeah, I was gonna try to help you today, but personally, if it would be probably easier if I could show you when you like have the full attention. I'm probably gonna cut this trade short. If we don't start to reject to the top side, I'm gonna just cut it short with the smaller loss before it gets to my full loss. Just gotta manage risk. Yeah, I feel you. It just takes time. I used to say the same thing, but once you dedicate yourself and put the time into really learning, it's all gonna come together. It's just a matter of time and how much time you're putting into it so that you learn it. Because at the end of the day, it's just a skill. It's like learning a language. It's hard as hell at first, but once you get it down, you're good. Yeah, it's about to get hit right now. I'm just trying to see if it rejects before it hits it. But like, it's probably not gonna reject, but you just gotta wait and see. It's there for a reason. But yeah, everything's looking real bearish right now. I didn't expect it to be this bearish. Which one? The rectangle? Nah, that's not a trade. This is the Asian session. This is showing me. This is the Asian session range. Yeah, it will be easier for you on the weekend for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to see it visually, because if you can visually see it, you'll know what to look for even when I'm not here. So it'll just benefit you more. Yeah, we can do whatever. Just let me know which days you're free, and I got you. I'll set a time, set like 45 minutes to an hour, just so I can show you like all of these little things. All right, I got you. Say no more. All right, bet. Yeah, I'll be free. Whatever time you're free, I got you. All right, say no more. You all good. Get back to work, Birdie. Hard working. But you be safe though, bro. Alright guys, so we had took a 40 pip loss on that first trade. Sadly, that trade went against us. I didn't expect price to be that bearish automatically off rip, if I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect it to keep on dropping. I knew it would look bearish, but personally I didn't expect it to just start dropping like that. It's about 9:15 now, so we could possibly get a reaction, come back to the top side before going lower, because honestly right now everything's looking bearish. Even though I want to say everything's still bullish based off of these higher time frames, part of me doesn't want to believe that. Because we're already coming so close to this low down here, so this might be invalidated. I don't know. Let's just wait and see. Daily's coming into this area of rejection. 4 hour looking bearish. 15-minute looking bearish. Let's see, I might low-key. I don't know how I feel about taking this buy trade down here because like I said, based off the higher time frame, I'm bullish. I have this 62% fib long on a higher time frame. The only thing I don't have a confirmation on is our 4 hour, which is already bearish as is. If I was to get in here, stop will be below this low, about 36 pips. I risked a little bit last on that first trade, 0.5%, because I already know it's Friday. I didn't stick to my rules yesterday, so that's that. So part of me just wants to get into these buys and hold them higher because I'm still bullish on the higher time frame. But we about to see. Should I take it? This is going to be the last trade because it's 9/11 too, so I'm anticipating the price to continue higher. If I have a 30 pip stop loss, I'm going to have about a 30 cent. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm going to take this last trade. I'm buying US30. Even if it's just for the retracement, I still feel as if I will be able to get a better trade based off of this. Stop's going below this low. Same stop loss as before. Going to be targeting these highs in anticipation for price to continue bullish. The confirmations I have for this trade are this 15-minute bullish order block. I'm buying below the 12 a.m. And I'm also keeping in mind this daily fib long that I have in which price should likely continue to the top side. So daily confirmation with the 15 confirmation. So let's see what happens. Ideally, I want to see price continue bullish. I don't think price is ideally going to keep falling. Even if you look at NAS 100, it's still failing to keep this bearish momentum. So I'm going to stick on the buy side. I'm not going to be looking for shorts as of right now. We're just going to see what happens. Got my stop below this low. And let's see. My stop loss in there. All right, let's see what happens. Now we just wait. Last trade of the day. I'm not seeing anything after this. Everything after this, I'm done. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see what price wants to do. I'm just keeping in mind all these higher time frame analysis too. We got this 30-minute order block here. Let's see. I think price still has a willingness to want to go higher. I don't want to see this low violated. Once this low starts to get violated, then we know what time it is. I still think there's a high chance we can move bullish. And that's just me. But we'll see. Only time will tell. About an 80 pip trade for 1 to 2.8, which is not bad. 1 to 2s are good. We'll be able to make our loss from the first trade back. Now let's see what happens. There's a win. Patience is the name of the game. So as long as we can stay above 35,650 where we are currently projecting, which is right here, if we can stay above, start closing above 35,650. This trade should be good to hold going into 9:30, which is in about 15 minutes. Patience game. And then we have news at 10 o'clock also, so we're going to keep that in mind. But this would have been a nice setup to catch up here to sell. But I wasn't up in time for it personally. Alright, so we took a 40 pip L on there. So if we can get at least 80 pips, we should be able to make our loss back plus more. Alright. Yeah, we just gotta wait. As long as we close above 35,650, we should be straight. Pushing now. No, I got a headache. This shit bad. See if we get this TP1 hit, then TP2, then maybe TP3. That would be amazing. Alright, we're pushing. Let's get to that TP1.
To the Lord, to the Heavenly Father, Jesus, and everybody. It's now his service. The King. Yes, yes. We are ready. Now, open his hand. I want her to the Lord, to the Heavenly Father, Jesus, and everybody. It's now his service.
Slowly but surely, we got about 8 minutes until 9:30. We'll see what happens. And right now, we're up about 22 pips. Not much yet. We got about 35 for TP1. So let's just take the time and wait for price to go our way.
It's original. It's acknowledging Black entrepreneurship.
Watching for Philippines. Appreciate you, bro. My fault I'm reading all, Lee. I just got my chat up. Appreciate it, bro. We about to get you active from the Philippines. Yeah, we pushing now. Come on. Get that TP1. I'm going for the highs. Yeah, we're up about 28 pips. Let's see. If we can start closing above this the previous 15-minute candle, we engulf this candle within 5 minutes. That would be a great sign for this trade to go in our way. But we'll see. Oh yeah, this candle, we gonna be up at 9:30. Right now we are up 31 pips, about to hit TP1. Come on, a few more pips. Oh, we're at 36. We good. TP1 just hit. If I were y'all, roll your stops to break even. We're going for that 1 to 2. Let's see what happens. We got 5 minutes till 9:30. We're gonna see. Hopefully we get TP3 hit, but if anything, TP2 should be good. We can engulf this candle. Come on, break. If we break the high of that candle, 9:30 is looking real nice. Come on. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I got a crazy ass headache right now. Nope, we broke that high. We're going, bro. We engulfed this whole candle. We straight now. I told you guys. 2 arrows is what I give myself. And as you can see, we are up right now. Four minutes until 9:30. This trade is going to be broke. I don't have the trade broke even personally, but if price does retrace all the way down to entry, I will put it at break even before it gets hit. I ain't gonna risk taking an L on this trade because we are already up 1-1. And since I'm not taking a partial due to the fact that I took a previous L on the first trade, I'm holding for 1-2, and that's where I'm gonna be taking my profits at. But everything looks good and well so far. Alright, I just broke even my trade, guys. I just broke it even. Hold on. We're going for 35,720. That's these highs up here. Once we can break those highs, I was taking a majority of my profit. Got about 30 seconds on this candle. Let's see what 9:30 brings. Okay, we're getting a retracement. Let's check the 5 minutes, see where it's retracing to. Ideally, I'd want to stay above this 5-minute order block. Ideally. Let's see. We're gonna hold. Nope. We came very close. Oh, we just stopped me up. If we start to retrace, I'll think about re-entering, but damn. That's flipped on us very fast. Alright, I re-entered right here. Stop loss is going below these lows. Let me get rid of this. Stop loss is going below these lows right here. I got in right at the break of this candle. Targeting the same thing, but I didn't anticipate that. So let's see what happens. Stop loss below this low. Alright, let's see. The other trade broke even, so I didn't take a loss on that one. So let's see. Ideally, I want to see what happens at this 9:30. Yep, just like that. Come on, come on, keep flying. Come on, back to TP1. Go back to TP1. Go for them highs. Go for them highs. Go for them highs. Yeah, nice little clean trade so far, guys. I don't know if any of you guys are taking it, but if you are, this is a clean trade right here. Once you break these highs, You want to be taking some profit. About to be at TP2. All right, we just hit TP2 for plus 70 pips. I'm going to be taking profits here. Well, majority. I'm waiting for this high to be broken though. I want these highs to be broken first before I take my profit. All right, just took 2% off. Stop playing. Our second trade just recovered our first trade's losses, and I'm leaving a runner. Stop playing. Let's see if we can get this TP3. Oh yeah, we running. We running right now. We running right now. We're at 100 pips. Plus 100 pips. Guys, we were able to capitalize on a lot of this move. Like I said, guys, this trade right here made back all of our losses. Oh. Watch this shit keep coming on. There, we had a clean trade today, guys. Trade number 2 is at 100 pips so far. We're still running. Like here, I'll show you guys real quick. For all you haters, yes, I'm in the trade. I'm holding it. Look at the entry. You see that shit? We're still holding this trade. Would have even been a better entry if I didn't get stopped out on that first one.
Even if you are not ready for the day, even if you
Oh yeah, this is running right now. We're at plus 120, 20 pips. All right, guys, take more profit at this high. Just took more profit. We're up 150 pips now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro. Oh my god. Bro. This trade was crazy. Oh, we're still going, bro. We're at 35,800. So take majority of your profits now. I don't know if anyone's taking this trade, but take profit here. Take your profits, my boys. That was a crazy move, guys. We risked only 40 pips, guys. So let's look at this again. 40 pips for a potential 145, 150. Guys, think about that. Think about that. That's a 1 to almost 4. Stop playing. Losses made back. I'm just holding a runner as of right now. Just going to keep holding this runner. Small runner. It's up about 140 pips. I'm going to just leave it run going into next week. We're going to see what we could do. But let's see. Leave the runner. Let price do what it got to do. Crazy trade. But nah. So the first trade, we lost 40 pips. Second trade, plus 150. So that shows you guys why risk to reward is so important, because I was able to make back my losses times 40 times 2, that's 80, plus another 40, that's on, what is that, 12 by 3. By 3 I was able to make my trade back. But crazy. And look at this, based off of this move, like I said, the reason we entered this trade is we were buying below the 12 a.m. open. I would also buying at an area of support, which is this 15-minute order block, as you can see, was being respected. Plus, I was using 35,650 as an area that if we can keep above, more than likely we're going to keep on pushing. And like I said, based off the higher time frame, look at where we were in price. This is where I was entering the trade off of, based off of this higher time frame, fib long. And based on the 4-hour, I just kept in mind that we already rejected 62%, so there is a chance that we can continue pushing higher, which is ideally what I was looking for. So that's really it, honestly. Nice little trade to end the week, 150 pips. I am not complaining, but we are going to see what happens next week. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if I helped you guys at all, if I taught you anything, if you were able to learn anything just by watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys.